Hi, guys. How are you today? Lots to talk about in the world of 90 Day Fiance. We got to talk about last night's episode, guys, of The Other Way. Now, you guys all know The Other Way is my favorite. I like it better than Happily Ever After. I feel like the storylines are more real, and Happily Ever After is just a bunch of vets, that have been around for a while that know how to bring drama. I like the realness. So, last night, the scene that got talked about the most this morning, and everyone's going crazy about it, is the Deavan and Jihoon scene. Now, they're all getting into the car. They're standing around, and it looks like the little girl, this is what little kids do, just takes off running. You know how you just turn your back for a minute and they just take off running? It looked like Jihoon was supposed to be watching her. She takes off running, and they all try to go after her before she goes out into the street. It's happened to every mother there ever is, okay, guys? But the part that's getting so much backlash this morning is like, they tried to take off and go after her. They finally get her. And Deavan and her mother, Alicia, just tore into Jihoon. They were like, "You weren't watching her. What are you doing? You were supposed to be watching her." And it looked like a 2-on-1 situation where they just almost what I would call overreacted. I mean, it led to tensions, and then later Jihoon and Deavan start talking about it, and he started crying, and it just was a bunch of hype. I don't know how to describe it. So everyone gets on their social media. You know how it works. Oh my God, they're so mean. They're the meanest person there ever was. They're the meanest people. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes we turn our heads and kids just take off running. It really has happened to me before. And, you panic because you don't want the little girl running into the street. Any mother, you don't want your child running off into the street because you should have been watching him. And it takes a split second. If you're a mom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People were dragging Deavan and her mom. The mom started yelling at Jihoon, "I can't believe you weren't watching them. You are making this bad situation worse." Okay, so everyone's saying, "Oh God, they're terrible people. They're overreacting. They made poor little Jihoon cry." But let me tell you what was. I could have told you that there was more to that story before Deavan even came out and tried to explain herself. She does come out and say there's more to the story, and I'll read you that in a minute. I could have told you there was more to the story because they were going through I don't even know what to call it, a tense situation since they've been there. Okay. You got other adult stresses on you. And one is that Jihoon isn't being very responsible. He didn't do the things that he said he was going to do. He let Deavan quit her job, come over to Korea thinking one thing. And then what's the real situation? That he's been playing around the whole time and hasn't really saved enough money and been an adult. Okay. I love you, Jihoon, and you guys know how I feel about Jihoon, but he is the biggest kid around. He's just not ready for marriage and to be the parent that Deavan needs him to be right now. So I could have told you that there was more to that situation. And another reason I could have told you there was more to that situation is because we're dealing with TLC. Okay, this is 90 Day Fiance. They exaggerate people. They exaggerate things because this is a television show. Okay, do you see what they did to Ethiopia? They made me think that Ethiopia doesn't have a nice side of town, isn't a beautiful country. Keep their trash in the middle of the street from the things that they were showing us. Okay, I had to get people from Ethiopia to come on and say that's a bit pushing it. That's an exaggeration. Yes, there is a bad side of town, but then there's also nice areas too. Ethiopia, they would make you think that there wasn't a upper class in Ethiopia from the things that remember the bathroom they showed of Biniam's, the mold growing around the toilet. This is a TV show, people, and they have to get ratings. So they bolster things a little bit. And that's not so hard to believe. I mean, I could have told you that, but people get caught in their feelings and then they forget what is what and really think what they're believing on the screen is everything. It's a portion of what happened. And Deavan had to come out and remind us. because I'm glad that she did. I mean, you guys, it happens to the best of us. And this is what she said. You guys didn't see what really happened. I'm very upset about that. I'll do a live explaining what happened off camera that caused the fight. Duh. Hello. Of course, there had to be more to the story. Then she goes into detail. I read that the second page first because that's the gist of it. She wanted to tell you guys there is more to the story here, people. There's more. Calm down. She is not the raving maniac that you guys think that she is on television, and neither was her mom. They were already put yourself in this situation. They are already dealing with adult problems, okay? And it just festered into what it turned out to be. And then, of course, they edit it down and make it look the way that they look. So she goes into detail. She said, 100% clear, they did not catch it on film what Jihoon had said to me. So I guess he had said some things before that they didn't include in the film. It was only shown. The footage shown was a glimpse. I was putting T Yang. I can't pronounce her youngest son name. Tae Young. I hope Tae Yang. I'm sorry, Deavan. I can't pronounce his name. In the car, and he was texting on his phone. The time you saw her run wasn't the second time she ran, which caused the fight. So the time that we seen her run was the second time. I guess there was a previous situation that just happened. Now, of course, this can really heighten your feelings. She ran off and a car almost hit her. And instead of grabbing her, he turned around and started screaming at me in front of my mother for a while. None of that part was caught on film. And I felt like this made tonight's episode confusing, causing you guys, because you guys didn't see the footage that wasn't caught on camera. This makes sense, people. This makes sense to me. It's a television show. They have to edit things down to make it look a certain way. For what reason? Ratings at the end of the day. Are we going to really tune in and get all caught up in our feelings if they really aired it the way that they went? This is a television show and they know what they're doing. Besides, I'm going to say this. Deavan has to be, and I'm really serious, you guys. I've been following her for a while now. One of the sweetest people I've ever met. She's just very kind. And I always tell you guys this, have a soft spot for Deavan. The last thing she would do was put her child in danger. Come on. I mean, it's just not going to happen. And then you have to remember, you're watching a television show, people. You're watching a television show. And of course, their emotions was already heightened because I feel now, this is just me, Deavan has to come to the realization that Jihoon, as amazing as he is, I said every single video, Jihoon is the guy that you will call when you want to hang out and party. To marry, and I think that was what was going on at the time. Is it? Devan's coming to the realization that Jihoon's a big kid, people. Now I like him, and this is no shade to you, Jihoon. Who I was at 21 is totally different of who I am at 40. You're a different person. So, it was just so much going on. And it just made it seem like the only thing that they were worried about is Drusilla running out into the street, and they blamed Jihoon for everything, totally overreacting. I could have told you before I read Devan's statement that there was more to that story. So I hope this changes you guys' opinion. We'll talk about it in the comments section. Tell me what you guys think. I mean, because she is getting chewed out, and I don't think she deserves it. I know, guys, I have a soft spot for my little Deavan. She's just really, really sweet kind of person. And so is Jihoon. Jihoon is cool, but people aren't perfect, and he's just not mature at this stage in his life. He's in his early 20s, guys. We got to give him time. How old is Jihoon? Where is he in his late 20s? Oh, he might be in his late 20s, but it doesn't matter. We all mature at different times. But Jihoon, I'm getting tired of waiting. You got to grow up, buddy. Okay, now let's talk about another situation that it's just a sheer disaster, if you ask me. And nobody has asked me, by the way. Okay, so Brittany. Brittany is another person that I just feel that she's immature, and she's just handling this parent situation with Yazan, in the worst way possible. First of all, you got to be honest with them. You're playing with those people's emotion. You are not telling them that you're already married. That's serious here, okay? And then you have to realize it's a different culture. They want you to get married and not playing around with their son, which you're doing. You're married, okay? Have you forgotten that? You got to mature, Brittany. This situation is totally just steamboating out of control. It's getting worse and worse each week, you and the parent situation, because you're just handling it like it's a game. And those parents, they're not playing with you, okay? If you're going to be with their son, they want you to take it serious and you're going to have to convert. That's just how they do it in their country, okay? You could say, I don't want to be a Muslim, then you need to stop dating Yazan, okay? But anyway, so she goes on Instagram and she posts regularly, all kind of things. She posts pictures of her twerking. She posts pictures of her basically loving being an American because look what she's wearing here. That's not gonna fly in Jordan. It's just not gonna fly. But she posts her life all the time. But what makes this picture just downright frightening is the comment that she gets from Soldier Boy. Yes, people, the one from Before the 90 Days, the one that loves attention, the one that will do anything to be on camera, if you ask me. I mean, he's thirsty. He posts baby girl Brittany and then the thumbs up, like he's totally flirting with her. This would be a sheer disaster, Brittany. She didn't respond, by the way. Thank goodness. He's looking for camera time. He's looking for exposure. He's looking to get in where he fits in. This would be the worst combination, if you ask me, ever, ever, ever. Let's just hope that this never manifests into a realization. Yes, she's pretty. Leave her alone, Usman. She needs a real man, not a clout chaser. There, I said it. That's my opinion, But as I say in every video, we all have our different opinions, and that just happens to be mine. So we got a lot to talk about, guys, in the comment section. What do you think about the whole Deavan and Jihoon and the mom's situation with the daughter? Let me know. Be specific. And wouldn't this be the worst pairing of all? Usman and Brittany, we need her to continue to ignore his flirting with her on social media. In the meantime, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. It does wonders for my video. If you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification bell, go ahead and do that. And I'll meet you guys in the comment section. Bye for now.